Hello everybody. So today I just really fancy doing these beautiful dark crimson roses. I took the image when I went to the Newt, which is stunning. It's owned by South Africans here in the UK, and it's like, how do I explain the Newt? It's a big piece of land where they've constructed like a Roman villa. They've got apple orchards. They've got a hotel. They've got a place to eat lunch. They've got a coffee shop. They've got a shop. And everything they produce on the farm is basically sold. I guess it's like a farm. There's Babylon's Tutoring in just outside of Cape Town. They're the same owners, and they came over here. They must have pots of money. Anyway, and built this beautiful haven, I guess you could call it. I'll leave a link in the description below. It's a lovely place to visit if you ever do come to the southwest of England. Okay, anyway, so these roses were there. So I took a photograph of them because I just loved them. And I love the composition. I think it should make for a really good painting. Let's see though, shall we? I was deciding on the background. I'm going to leave a lot more sky rather than making this foliage in my painting. I'm going to leave this as sky. I wasn't sure if I should stick to these moody grays of the sky or whether I should do some turquoise colors. So even now looking, I'm still in conflict. But I think let's go with the moody grays. Okay, let's go with the moody grays. I've just made a decision. There we go. So this is BV10 from Unison, and I'm working on the pastel matte paper here. It's the white. And yeah, I didn't want as much foliage. I want some sky, because I think that could be quite dramatic and lovely when you've got some sky in your floral paintings at the background. I think what I'm going to do is I really don't want to lose my lines here, because instead of me fighting with my drawing, it's just so much easier to copy. So that's exactly, I just want to darken up these lines in here. Now, I don't give you lined drawings because for me, I think part of the process starts when you are copying over which lines, when you're copying, you're tracing over your image, you're tracing over your image. I think that starts the whole process of getting you into the painting. So that's one of the main reasons I don't provide the line drawing, is I think it's important for you to do your own line drawing, if you know what I mean. But if you want me to, I will be happy to also. If you're like, no, I don't feel confident yet, or whatever the reason is, and you wanted me to start include line drawings, then I could do so. But also, sometimes a line drawing, if you just look at it, it's a blob. You can't understand what's going on. But because I've done my own line drawing, I understand it a bit more. Excuse me. Than if I just copied someone else's line drawing. Does that make sense? So that's why I haven't really ever bothered with the line drawings. That's kind of my thinking behind it. Thought I'd just share that with you. But if you think that would be useful to you, then I can include that, no problem. Okay, so I'm just going around here. Obviously you can see making it much darker. So now we can see more what's going on, sort of. And I don't want to lose all of these lines. You can tell when you look at this isolated, your brain can say, well, that's not a flower, that's not a rose. So it will make it easier to literally look at the color and the shape and the tonal value of each little section, and hopefully get a better accurate rendering of a rose. Because, you know, our brains can go, whoa, I'm painting roses. And then you want to paint what your brain thinks a rose looks like, instead of looking at each little shape and tonal value. Sorry, I should have done this off camera, but there we go. Now you see my thoughts, they change. I thought it would be fine, but now I'm like, nah, actually I want to darken this up. I don't think I'm going to keep that one. I added it in, it's a little bud. Okay, I feel better about that now. It's BV8, also by Unison. Yeah, so the size of this is the A4 pastel matte paper, 24 by 30 centimeters, and it's just the white in this pad. It was the last one I had in this pad, so that's why I'm using that. Now I'm thinking I want to go a little bit yellow towards the bottom in the sky. I mean, so I'm not copying. It was a cloudy day, as you can see in the photo reference. I want to come in with some more greys, because these are still quite blue for the minute. So a good place to go would be grey 8. I don't have it out though. So here's grey 10. Oops. I'm just wiggling some lines in there. I may get rid of that. It's amazing, the stick looks so blue, but when you put it down next to the blues that you've put in there, you can actually see how grey it actually is. Some grey 8. Ooh, darker. Maybe just plop a little bit of that. That's too big. I'm going to come in and fix that. I should have maybe started. I've kind of started the wrong way around. I should have started with this one first. Oh well. Scumbling over with my BV8 from Unison. Go back in with my BV10. BV8. Gotta remind myself the focus isn't the sky, the focus is these beautiful flowers. Now I want to use a little bit of this yellow. Do I though? Do I? Not really, no. Changed my mind. It's grey 8. Gonna darken up in there just a bit. Please excuse my annoying cough and sore throat. It's never ending at the moment. I was just thinking these clouds could be rolling away. So this is more blue, and down here's more moody and dark, like you can see in the photo reference. Choosing a very light blue, and it's not quite as much blue. Can you see that? It's got a, it's not like a bright blue like that BV8 I was putting down. It's more like a duller light blue. The sky will look a bit better once we get the foreground in. This is just this is BV7 from Unison. Just making little scuffly sort of cloudy marks. Something like that. Okay, now let's go on to the green. Now I can see this green in here. This is BGE6, Blue Green Earth 6 from Unison. I'm going to start that with the foliage. This is the dark background sort of foliage. I can actually, let's bring in some stems. I just grabbed this dark Sennelier, but if you look, you can see up in here, it's going to get covered, but then I've got to imagine that's very similar to the color I've just put down. Funny. Oops. Okay, so that's more for the back green. Then let's take our trusty 179 somewhere. May even have to go darker. And this is actually 17. What is 178? I think. Actually, no, is that? No, it is 179. Sorry. Just looks. It's amazing because I haven't painted on white paper for so long. The colors look darker. So I wasn't sure if this was 179, but it is. Okay. I'm going to use this. Just mapping in the stems here. Okay. Now, just grabbing greens from my Sennelier. Okay, so you can get this is just a little piece of green Sennelier. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it can get a little bit overwhelming when you look at this image and it's like, oh my gosh, look at all this foliage, but look how nice and blurry that is. If you just squint down, you can see just these little marks. So I'm hoping it's bringing some earth there actually. You know, instead of getting overwhelmed and thinking, oh, I've got to draw every single leaf, that will make the composition look way too busy, I think. Just squint down and, okay. So in here, there's actually earth. It's a shape, earth shape here and here. It's actually earth. And in here, all around here is earth, which is nice. We'll break up the green. You know, so I'm putting it just this dark brown, and then I'll come back over with some nice light browns. It's quite a greyed out sort of earth colour. This is just a little bit of a Sennelier. As you can see, it's got quite a lot of, because if you look at the photo reference, you can see like mauvey brown in the earth. It's quite a good colour really for that. Just bring it all along here. Got some more greenage in here, but for now, let's just do that. Then we've got some red. This is pretty dark in here actually. Around the roses. Rub everything in. I don't want it to look too busy. Like I said, the focus is these roses. So even I'm telling myself, just hone it down. Hone it down. Because, yeah, I don't want to get busy. Definitely don't want to get busy. I'm just having a look. Oh. Just wanted to see what it look like. Because this is really light in here. The sun is streaming on the ground here. I need to get some browns. I didn't think I'd need browns in this. Look at that. I need brown. Let's get some NE, Natural Earth. These are good browns, like woody browns, from Unison. It's even lighter than that. I'm creating earth. Okay. Looks terrible at the moment. This is now much lighter. It's not even the colour. I think because we were painting basically dappled light down in here, isn't it? And it's not really reading as such. I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to carry on in here with these greens. Carrying on with this bright green. A leaf here. It's just little bits that need to go darker in between here. Six. BE 179. Okay. Let's see here. You see this beautiful green foliage all over there. Really is lovely. Okay. It's probably brighter than that. I'm just thinking, how do I want to do this? Foliage is what I'm thinking. Do I want to keep like, I don't think that will work. Let's just keep it as very blurry haze. So I'm just grabbing from my Sennelier box, just different greens. keep it all soft. Don't want any harsh edges actually. Don't want to take anything away from these roses. I might bring the sky right down. So getting that grey 8, let's bring it down in here. So let me try bring it down there, but actually, not sure. BV8. Scumbling a bit of that in there. Okay. Just a little bit of turquoise. I think if I do every individual little light, it's just going to look too bitty. So I don't want the attention to be the background. You know, it's got to be these roses. So if you've got hard edges, it's going to bring it forward. So we don't want that. So that may start to make more sense when we get the subject in. Because right now I'm like, oh, is this working? I'm finding it really hard to judge. Just scumbling some of this green in and around here. Let's put a little bit of this green here too. Just a little bit of this blue turquoisey color. This is English green by Sennelier. I love this color. Try and find an excuse to use it everywhere. I really like it. I think I'm going to add some red also into here just to knock the green back a bit. It's looking very green and I don't like that. So let's add some red. Let's see if that makes me feel better. So this is dark, as you can see. Maybe a bit of it here. Add a bit more of this brown color in here, just to break up the green. I mean, the green will be lovely with the red, I think, but it's just a bit too much green. So this is just a little piece of like a orangey brown from Unison. Okay, this shape is weird there. Let's get a nice yellowy. This is 562. I'm just going to scumble that. You can see like a yellow where the sun is hitting the leaves and they're glowing. Okay, I think for now I'm going to move on to the roses. Okay, it's been a couple of days and I've come back to this, and this whole line is just not doing it for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down the skyline. So I'm going to use that blue and I want to carve in here a little bit more. I mean, this is kind of looking like it's a hedge going back there, which I don't mind. I'm like, you know, because I wanted to make a little bit of sense, I suppose. But I'm just like, oh, I don't like that shape that was going on there. So, got to come back over with the pastels I used. And I've probably gone a bit too whooshy. Oh, is this gonna work? You know, when you're just having these moments. I'm having these moments. I want that grey 8. Here we go. We need to probably lighten up in there. This light. I wasn't watching my shapes there. Not really liking this either. But let's hope. This is the blue-green earth 6. Let's just hope I can get this to be just a little bit nicer than what it was before. Because, yeah, I was not happy when I came back. I had that horrible shape going on. I think that's a bit better, is it? Don't know, we'll truly tell, like I say, when we start to get the subject in. Right. I'm just looking at these greens. Whoopsie. And I'm like, let's get some more variation in here. That's quite a bright, like a meridian-y sort of green. Let's Scuffling a bit of that. Just zhuzhy it in because we don't want any harsh lines, do we? Maybe take a bit more of this green. This lovely English green. Scuffling that around. Okay, I'm going to start with this rose. I want to see how everything's looking. All right, I'm going to take this dark. Do you know what? I wish I could. I don't know where my. Oh, it's here. All right, let's hope I get this right. I think this is V390. Very, very dark. Now, where is this color? What are the darkest parts of this rose? Right, I've got to concentrate now. Get more precise with my marks. Really look and study the shapes that these darks are making. I mean, to be fair, all of this is pretty dark. But I'll come over even these darkest darks with, you know, lighter reds. Got to get those initial darks in. This is the underside of a petal, and so is that. Get that. This is also an underside of a petal. Okay. This probably needs to be a bit bigger. Now I definitely don't want this red, well, very dark red, to go on the blue sky, because that would be painful to try and get rid of. I can see an edge there, and there's some edging there. Oopsie. All right, now let's go with the lighter red in the pack. I love this red. I think it's R180. Oh, love, love, love this color so much. Oh, and I think we'll probably do the majority of the rose in this color. Then come back over with highlights and lighter values. And I can even see some purple. Such a nice texture, the white paper for florals. It's so soft, I don't know. This is lighter. I mean, that is a good red for this rose, isn't it? Really lovely. Remember, petals are smooth. You could get some purple in here. Here's a little bit more of a red. Now I'm going to see, I mean, there's definitely like this purpley colour, like a purple cast over here. Could probably go even lighter than that, and a little bit here too. A little bit here. Let's go a bit lighter. It's just like velvet. So beautiful. Okay. Now I've pulled out quite a bit of Schminky and Sennelier. I think the darkest red I have from Schminky is this permanent red number 3. Deep red number 3. See? You start to put in the lights. Well, when I say lights, they're still dark, but they're not as dark as and then just wanted to see if this is enough that I've put in there. Enough dark. We're going to go even lighter than this red here, but I wanted to test out, and yeah, I think that's a good one. We've got little petals and things going on, and this actually needs to be dark, and there's a bit of dark in there. We've got this lovely strip down here, little folds. Actually, I missed a dark. It needs to be dark here too. Okay. I need to squint, and you can see we definitely need to go lighter, but we're just building up here. Oh, it's pretty dark. Come back in with that red from Terry Ludwig. Just fill that little gap in there. And up in here. Take that, and marry that very, very dark maroony colour that I, oh, what is this one? No, too purple. Okay. Where's that dark reddy red here? Because this in here is really, that's the darkest part is there. And here is pretty dark. And in here there's a line in there. And this too. Okay. That was my Schminky dark red. Now we need to go up. I'm thinking this is Bordeaux B. Might, we're just gonna have to see. That's quite good. Petal actually dips down a little bit in there. I've gone a bit wonky with some of these shapes, all of these petals. Then up in here. Well, my neighbours are doing something, making a noise, doing something. Okay, we can come back over. Those are good colours. Thank you, Schminky. And what this is, I'm looking at this. This is scarlet. More for, and this scarlet is definitely more orangey red than a blue based red. So I'm gonna get rid of, remember, I don't want harsh lines. It's gotta look all soft. I'm gonna actually bring, this may be too shocking, it's a Sennelier, because you can see pink, like dark pink on here. This is 323. This may be the wrong color, but we have to find out. Oh, I was gonna say, it's a little hard end on there. It's not actually laying down any color. I'm really pressing quite hard. I can see a bit of this here. Oh, you've got to gotta really press. And it gives you, oh, it's a very hard pigment.